Hi, I'm Tristan, and this is Thinking About Politics. So today, we're still thinking about the news that's coming out about the January 6th attack on the nation's capital. In Congress, a bipartisan committee is working to uncover documentary evidence of the organization of this attack. And furthermore, Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, has offered up an absolute treasure trove of documents. That is, until he decided to stop cooperating with the committee. Among these documents were not only text messages from Fox News hosts showing their hypocrisy in their coverage of this event. In private, they were worried about Trump attacking the United States. However, in public, they've claimed that everybody under the sun except for Donald Trump is probably to blame for this, including Antifa and Black Lives Matter somehow. And all of this is, of course, ridiculous. One piece of evidence that's certainly got the news talking has been a PowerPoint presentation sent to Mark Meadows by someone affiliated with the military, who also met with Mark Meadows 7 or 8 times to discuss this very PowerPoint. And what did this PowerPoint say? Well, it was filled with lies and absurdities and other nonsense about the 2020 election being stolen. Now, the original plan was to do a slide-by-slide breakdown of this presentation. Let me know if that sounds interesting to you, but it would jump from conspiracy theory to conspiracy theory to conspiracy theory. What's more is this PowerPoint presentation doesn't cite any sources. It doesn't tell you where you can go to get this data yourself. And third, it's written anonymously. It doesn't actually tell you who wrote it. However, this is the type of stuff that people in the Trump side have found convincing. And of course, folks like Mark Meadows, who received this thing, and other folks in the administration itself know better. They understand that the information in these PowerPoints is bogus or specious at best. However, it is enough of a veneer for them. They are wanting to grab on to power. They want to hang on to it somehow, and things like this PowerPoint were enough. In alarming detail, it ended by laying out the plan for challenging the election, trying to engage in sham audits, trying to disenfranchise millions upon millions of American voters who didn't vote the way that Republicans wanted, having the federal government seize power over the states by seizing their ballots and their election infrastructure. Really crazy stuff. And I gotta be honest with you, it makes me worry about the future of democratic government in this country, or democratic Republican rule. And I'm not talking about political parties, I'm talking about a system by which citizens get to elect their representatives and have a say in the public discourse. And I can hear you Trump apologists saying, oh, but that was just a PowerPoint that was sent to Mark Meadows. It didn't even go to Trump. Well, the issue isn't the PowerPoint itself, right? The issue is not that somebody put all this stuff into a cockamamie PowerPoint and sent it to people. That's not the problem. The problem is that this type of evidence is taken seriously by those who want power. Those on the right who are either Republicans or lean Republican, who want to control things and want to say in what goes on in this country. People who want to disenfranchise black folks. People who think this should only be a Christian country. People who want gays and transgendered folks to be back in the closet. These folks don't want democracy. They don't want a free society. They want a society in which they rule. What worries me is not that this PowerPoint exists. What worries me is that you can go to Trump supporters, you can gift wrap the facts for them, put them in front of them, and they will just say no. You will still have people claim that China stole this election, even though quite clearly they didn't, and we know what it looks like when China steals elections. There's a story, and maybe it's apocryphal, but it goes like this. During the Constitutional Convention, Benjamin Franklin comes out, and everybody's asking him, hey, what kind of government will we have? What kind of government will we have? What kind of government will we have? And he says to them, you will have a republic for as long as you can keep it. Republican government isn't automatic. Democracy and freedom are not necessarily the natural state of things. They happen because we make them happen. Because we commit ourselves to valuing facts over our own power. When truth becomes less valuable than your side winning, I'm afraid this grand old experiment might be about up. So anyway, that's going to be it for me. Let me know if you want a slide-by-slide breakdown of that PowerPoint presentation. It was a doozy. I recorded like an hour and a half of it, and it's just too much to edit down. So if you really want it, let me know. I'll get back on it. Otherwise, I might just leave it. But if you're new around here, why don't you give us a like or a share or a subscribe? We're trying to make more thoughtful political content to challenge the disinformation and the simple narratives that we generally get exposed to. So that's going to be it for me. You've been great. Hope to see you again next time. Until then,
I ain't got
keep
time
thinking.
to kiss you now. I'm busy with this mule.